As a classic car owner, sometimes I've found that the best way for me to clear my head is to hop in my old truck and go for a ride down a country road and listen to that engine rumble. I like to call those a therapy cruise. Come and check it out on this episode of the Classic Car Thread. You know, everything in society, and in our lives for that matter, is going at such a breakneck pace that sometimes you need to find a way to just slow everything down and decompress. I've always found that going on a therapy cruise is the best way for me to do that. But I went on one particular therapy cruise just recently that was really special. When my wife and I heard that Hurricane Beryl was heading for Houston, we didn't want to take any chances. So we hopped in our vehicles and we headed for Dallas to wait the storm out there. And about 4 days later, after we finally got power back in our neighborhood, we hopped on I-45 and started heading home. Now in the state of Texas, all the interstate highways have these roads that run parallel to the highway, and they call them feeder roads or service roads. And there's really not anything special about them in the city, but when you get out into the country, it's a whole different ballgame. On Interstate 45, in between Houston and Dallas, there's this one particular stretch between the small towns of Buffalo, Texas, and Centerville, Texas, where the service road looks like a Norman Rockwell painting. There's rolling hills, winding curves, beautiful ponds, animals grazing, just fantastic. And I always said that I would love to hop in one of my old cars and ride on that road one day. I've been driving past it for years, never took the time to do it. So anyway, I was on my way back home. I was about to run out of gas and I ended up stopping in Buffalo, Texas. And so while I'm standing there at the gas station, I remembered that service road. And when it came time for me to get back on the road, I had to make a decision. Do I hop back on Interstate 45? Or do I take the service road and enjoy myself? And I thought about the fact that I may never have another chance to have my old truck up here again. So I'm just gonna do it. Doggone it, I'm taking the service road. And even though my AC blows ice cold air in my truck, I turn the AC off and I roll the windows down because I wanted to feel the breeze blowing through my truck. I mean, I felt like Leonard Skinner just blowing down the road. Man, I had so much fun. There was all these curves and trees, and to be able to see stuff that you just don't take the time to notice when you're flying down the interstate. And there's this one big pond that I always wanted to take a picture of my truck next to. But when I stopped to take the picture, I was not ready for what I was about to see. Oh, wow. Look at all those deer. And they're looking at me like, what in the world are you doing out here? Wow. This is so beautiful. They're still standing there frozen, like statues. One of them's getting tired of standing. Now he's talking the other ones into saying, okay, let's just go, guys. He's not coming after us. I don't see a rifle in his hand. This is so cool. So after dealing with those boys, I hopped in the truck and decided I was going to stop at one of my favorite spots, Woody's Smokehouse in Centerville, Texas. I kept seeing the signs, and I was getting closer. And next thing you know, I had pretty much lost track of time because I was enjoying myself so much. Just seeing the trees and the ponds and the wildlife, just enjoying the road. I finally ended up at Woody's Smokehouse, got my barbecue, jumped back on the interstate and headed home. That was one therapy cruise that I really needed, and I'm glad I did it. The next time you feel like the pressure is just building and you really need to clear your head, I highly recommend that you hop in your classic car, find an old road that you've never been down before, and go for a therapy cruise. You won't regret it. Be sure and catch us next time on the Classic Car Thread.